Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. We are from second group. We would like to present our discussion that's about dialect, idiolect, accent, and variety. Our group from our member is Marifatul Halim Sadia, Intan Nurdian Dianti Safitri, and Galuh Kusumaning Ayu. We are going to tell you about the concept of dialect, the concept of dialect, the concept of accent, the concept of variety, and the differentiation between dialect, idiolect, accent, and variety. First, the concept of dialect. The definition of dialect is the stereotypical dialect speaker is an elderly rural person who is old but unintelligible to modern city dwellers. A dialect is the language used by the people of a specific area, class, district, or any other group of people. Like dialect is the language that some people use. It depends on the area, classes, district, or something others. There are some kind of dialect. Here, I would like to tell you the kind of dialect based on a religion, based on some part. First is religion dialect and social dialect. Religion dialect. There may even be very distinctive local currents in language which you notice as you move from one location to another. So it means the dialect, the language different from one places to the other places. Then social dialect as a variety of language, a register associated with a social group such as a socioeconomic class and ethnic group, precisely termed ethnolect and age group. Social dialect means that the language that people use depends on the classes of ethnic group, or it depends on the economic classes and many others. Let me give you the example. Example of dialect in literature in which it is used as a literary device occur. So let me give you the example in Javanese language. Sometimes when you say I in Java, you can say by aku, kulo, dalem. And you can say aku in Sundanese, that's called like abdi and something others. Next is about the concept of idiolect. Definition: the language or speech pattern of one individual at a particular period of life. The language or speech pattern of one individual at a particular period of life. The term idiolect, made up of a Greek idio personal private dialect, was coined by linguist Bernard Bloch. Variety of a language unique to an individual. In dialect, here means that the language that a person use. It depends on the individual itself. The example of idiolect: his writing conveys an extraordinary ear for accent, rhythm, and idiolect. It is the example in some, what is that, sentence that depends on how, what is that, some people use because of their characteristic on something else. Okay, thank you very much. It will be continued by my friends.
Okay, next we will continue about the concept of accent. The definition of accent is a manner of pronunciation peculiar to a particular individual, location, or nation. And then there are two kinds of accent. The first is non-native accent. Accent of non-native speakers may be the result of the speaker's native language. And then the second is accent stereotyping and prejudice. Stereotypes may result in prejudice, which is defined as having negative attitudes toward a group and its member. And then the next is the concept of variety. The definition of variety is the language varies on individual, regional, nation, and global levels. Unfortunately, some people are unaware of various social and regional dialects and different varieties of English in the world. The types of variety there are four, which are: the first is regional dialect, which is a variety spoken in a particular region. And next is socialect, also known as a social dialect, a variety of language or register used by socioeconomic class, a profession, an age group, or any other social group. And next is ethnolect, a lek spoken by a specific ethnic group, for example, Ebonics, the vernacular spoken by some African Americans, is a type of ethnolect, a language and translation firm. And next is Idiolect, language or languages spoken by each individual peculiar to
And then the next is the differences between dialect, idiolect, accent, and variety. Dialect is a variety of language in group of people who are in a certain place, region, or are in a regional dialect and different varieties of English in the world. In other words, the dialect is the language used by a person, depending on where they come from and with whom the person is speaking. Idiolect is a speech that arises and is only used by someone who may be different from other people, so that it becomes a characteristic of that person. Idiolect is only used by individual. Accent. An accent is a way of pronouncing a unique word or curve of the tongue, which is owned by each person according to their regional or ethnic origin. Accent means different in pronouns. And the last is variety. Variety is a language that has same sounds, word, and grammatical features, a general term for any distinctive form of a language or a linguistic expression. Um, that's all of our explanation. We do hope it helped your understanding in our materials. The last I say, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.